mean, the one thing that I want to tell you a little, can I tell you a little bit about Project ENKI that I'm working on right now?
Yeah. Say
Okay.
say the longer format because not everyone knows acronyms.
So it's the emergency network turning knowledge into actionable intelligence. And so
Beautiful.
basically we're taking the hydrologic data that's available from the federal government and other sources and turning it into consumable information for people to understand how they might be affected from flood events at their house. This was really, I left NOAA to fill the gaps that I saw in hydrology. But after the 4th of July flooding event happened, that's really when things picked up. We are in unprecedented times. And
Remind people that don't have the depth. July of 2025, the flooding event where?
so in Texas,
I thought that's what you were going to say.
yeah, on the 4th of July, the rainfall, um, so the Weather Service did everything that it was supposed to do. We had 3 hours. We had enough people in the forecast office. That wasn't the problem. The problem is that our precipitation forecast, like we just don't have a good amount of knowledge beforehand. And then in addition to that, the spatial resolution of that precipitation with Texas watersheds, they're really thin and narrow. And if that precipitation is falling in one watershed, you're not going to see any precipitation in another watershed, which might be hill country, which a camp might be in. And
Yep.
so that's the thing. We're trying to accommodate for the limitations of hydrologic ensembles. Right now in hill country, like they're dependent on rainfall alone, which I mean, rainfall has never killed anybody. It really is when it hits the ground that flooding. So trying to tie that meteorology to the hydrology in those areas that are most prone to flash flooding and but also coastal inundation. So like I'm in Florida, Hurricane Helene, I was in DC. I called down to have someone move my car and evacuate with my dog that they were watching and I manage the coastal like surge models. Like you're not going to hear it from any source zero, like than me. And they still didn't believe me. They're like, we have never flooded before. I've been here for 17 years. And and I'm like, but you can see the water and it's going to be 8 to 12 feet. And they
Not
didn't
worth the risk, right? Here's an inside
exactly.
scoop.
And so he thought that he can take my Jeep as an escape vehicle. That's not how surge works. Surge comes like this. It's not like you're going to see a little water coming across the street and you can get out of. No, it's not like that.
You didn't use the word trickle, you used the word surge.
Surge, right.
That's an alertive word if you hear the
Yes.
word surge. It's
Yes.
like if someone throws a little water on you like this as a mist versus bombardment of 80 kids and water balloons, that's a surge at your face.
Yes.
This is a surge.
Yes. There was quite the surge. So my car was totaled and my dog was floating on a couch. She's fine. But you know what I mean? Like so getting people the information is one thing, but getting them the information to understand like a huge polygon, you're when you see a huge polygon and you see that there's a flash flood alert and you've never had a flash flood, you assume it's for someone else.
Yeah.
So trying to take that information and really get it to people so that they understand how they will be affected. Trying not to do the boy who cried wolf thing and have people evacuate when they don't need to, but also so that people understand the risk.
Well, yeah, and I liked your sentiment, how you said it. And I'm sure there's all those measures of saying, hey, we don't want everyone to go through this mass evacuation because something might not happen.
Right.
And that
Mm.
mentality's almost goofy
Yeah.
because, yes, it's a lot, especially if you have elder care and someone is helping to move you. I get that. But it might happen means it might happen, right? It's the same reason when you were a kid, your mom said use a coaster. She knew that that can was condensating. It might drip on your tablecloth, Mom. No, it might. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So this is a contact that you know that knows your profession, and you still lost your vehicle. Even though all the timely precautions were said, and
Yeah.
luckily, man's best friend, woman's best friend, your dog was couch surfing.
Yeah. She's okay. She's 16. She's almost 16 and she made it through. Long life.
Rock
But yeah,
star status.
survived the hurricane for sure.
And that was this summer in Florida.
That was last
It
September.
was last September. And the surge that not might happen, did happen. What level was that surge?
Oh, it was, I mean, in the house it got up to 5 feet. So, I mean, it was pretty substantial.
That's the
Yeah.
house you live in now.
No, 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 no.
Oh,
The house got demolished.
the house got demolished.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. So there were, long story. So I had all my stuff at one house, but my sister's house also got flooded in Helene and the year before in Adalia.
Uh,
So like where I lived and where I stored and worked
yeah,
stuff and worked. So it was like twofold hammered, 2 years in a row. Um, but yeah, so now I mean, I could still see the water, but I'm in a 3-story
got
town.
it. Got it.
A little bit, a little bit better now, but I'm still in Florida. You know,
Yeah.
it's bound to happen. We got lucky in 2025, with no hurricanes making landfall in Florida, but that will not continue on. This is
Yeah.
not,
That means next year we're at a riskier spot because it didn't happen this year, right?
kind of probability kind of starts back at zero,
Probability.
but yeah.
So you mentioned Texas and all that, who have been going through, I think we could say, generally speaking, most people know drought, what drought is. But when you go through these dry periods and you get those intense rainfalls that happen, isn't it even harder for the ground to deal with it because there's so much sediment sitting there and the volume that happens there's nowhere for it to go.
Oh yeah. I mean, the soil, two things can happen to the soil. First of all, drought, like you're saying. So basically all of that soil gets compacted. So any porosity that the water might be able to trickle through, it's all compacted. So the water, it's basically like asphalt when the rain falls and it acts like asphalt and you get those really quick flash floods. If you've ever seen a flash flood video from like the canyons, in Arizona, for example. That's what happens and what happens in hill countries as well.
Yeah,
Anything with steep surfaces after a drought is like the worst place that you can be.
yeah,
And then there's also the risk with burn scars. If you're in an area that has been burnt from wildfires. So there is a chemical reaction that happens that basically turns the top of the soil to wax. And so you have this hydrophobic surface, then now the water is just going to run off of super fast as well. So that is also a flash flood risk.
I'm trying to use my brain and think, okay, it's a chemical reaction. Is that also from all the resin and whatnot in the trees? Like, what is a
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
host of
Well,
things?
it's basically the vegetation, the oils in the vegetation, they volatilize and then they solidify.
Mm, oil and water.
Yeah.
Ugh, I have such visuals now of areas that were stricken by fire first, and we've all watched that.
Oh
I had
yeah.
no idea the adverse effects then of absorption.
Yeah, so that just happened in California recently. We had some burn scar flash flooding. It happened in New Mexico, I think, right after. Maybe I that might have been a drought, but it's there's been quite a few cases of wildfires and then flash flood. Oh, the atmospheric river event from January 2025 that happened after those massive LA fires.
So this far into the video, you use your famous phrase, atmospheric rivers. You're so good at alerting people to it. Before I've met you online, I had no idea of that term. And it seems like it's common vocabulary these days.
Yeah.
Like you totally get it. Whenever I hear it now, I'm like almost in panic mode. It you know devastation is coming when the word atmospheric river is brought up, and I've never heard it before.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's literally a river in the sky. So basically, water evaporates from tropical warm climates. If it's coming from the Hawaiian area, you might hear people call it the Pineapple Express.
Yes.
And so the water is evaporated, brought up, and then gets caught in an air layer and moves across literally like a floating river in the air and can have as much water as like the Mississippi River. Like it's an amazing amount of water. And then when it comes and hits lands, especially in mountainous regions, then that air is pushed up into the sky with cooler temperatures where it condenses and just like drops like buckets. And
And
then
then prevention,
nuclear
there's
bombs.
no prevention when that comes. It's like,
No, but at least we have warning and we know where it's going to hit. So like this most recent or December 2025 atmospheric river event that came into Washington. We knew where it was going to hit. So
yeah,
people were evacuated. The river forecast centers were talking to the water center. There was a lot of communication going on there, and the National Guard actually went to people's houses and knocked on them and like was like, "You're evacuating."
wow.
So yeah, so no one lost their lives due to flooding in that,
Nobody
which is a
that we know of.
huge,
Wow.
no. I mean, there was one person, there was someone from Treefall in Canada and someone else in California for from something like that, but not from
Yeah.
flooding itself, which is
Uh,
pretty incredible because where
remarkable.
yeah, and where you lose people most is people like in cars trying to drive.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, the amount of communication, and that's because the atmospheric river was so predictable.
It's going to be a John Cusack movie with him and his family driving down the road. It's coming. The surge is
Right.
coming.
It's coming.
There'll be like little signs on his secret license plate hinting us.
Huh?
I guess when I said there is no prevention, I need to eat my words. There was incredible prevention and coordination if the National Guard was there and we didn't have calamities of people. So that's, I don't know what to say other than remarkable.
Yeah, it really was a great example of well thought out communication and action.
So what's
But
your
you need,
flex for 2026? What's the big flex now you've been able to stretch your wings a bit in this new focus?
yeah. Well, it's kind of like bringing back to the old focus, right? I'm kind of going full circle. But my big goal is to combine. So Project ENKI already combines everything that I've done, right? Like I run kids camps. I created environmental reporting apps at Mo Marine Laboratory for environmental reporting on a toxic algae species and beach conditions in general. Um, and then I did a lot of citizen science and technology development
Yep.
with NOAA and NASA. I managed the oceanic models and managed projects to coastal couple with hydrology models. And really, like my whole passion has always been ecology, how all of this weather and all of these things end up impacting water quality and ecology, like ecosystem change, and how that eventually affects our health, right? So that's really where I'm going next, is once you get your physics, you can get your biology and chemistry. And
Ah,
so just layering that on top, I am the chair of the ecological forecasting committee for the American Meteorological Society. And I'm hoping to really, bridge that gap through that committee. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I have to think all those years of, almost if from a viewer crowdsourcing through your voice and through your platforms, these beach education times and cleanup times that some of these guys and gals that have taken the program, like this is how form help to form direction for them, but also include conversations in their community that didn't exist.
Yeah.
That's got to feel pretty darn awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
A lot of Inspector Planet kids out there now.
I hope so. I hope so. I need to put some more focus in that. But that's really, yeah, really beefing up Inspector Planet, using my team well. And then of course growing Project ENKI and layering on the citizen science water quality testing and hopefully a storm chasing show. We'll see.
That means you really liked that adventure last year, huh?
Yes. And I love doing TV. Like I really
Yeah,
miss it. It's interesting because it's not for the attention, it's not for the, whatever it is. It's because I just love taking a problem and figuring out how to explain it. Like it's doing making videos is my favorite thing to do, but I don't like doing it alone. I like doing it as a team.
sure. And that's the joy of social platforms and television is it makes its way
Yeah.
to the folks that have a chance to learn from these great examples. Like you're a natural teacher to take something at this level of what we're reading, from our satellites and what we're experiencing in our dirt and our waterways. The way you convey it is it's so natural. Like and you don't put marketing fluff on it. You're like, hey, this is why you need to hear this.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate you saying that.
So, if folks know directions that need to learn more or have a connection point, what's the best way for them to send things your direction and to keep up with you?
Yeah, well, you can find me on any social media at Inspector Planet. And you can also write the Project Enki, ENKI, Instagram page or LinkedIn or Facebook as well. Or just email me, Tracy at inspectorplanet.com.
So we'll add that in the comment section, make it easier for folks that don't watch all the way to the end. Attention spans are interesting,
Thank
but
you.
stay dry. Stay away from your astroturfs. It's going to be an interesting rabbit hole that you go on there. And
We
there
have
it is.
an unknown health risk.
Follow our friend Dr. Tracy and all the good people at Inspector Planet.